You talk in the book about girls and boys. Let's just talk about girls for the time being, because the impact on girls seems to be particularly substantial. What are the features that apply to girls to have produced these extraordinary impacts?
So just to be clear, boys are being very severely affected, but not as much by social media. So let's just focus on social media.
Yeah.
Why is social media clearly worse for girls than boys? That shows up in many studies. And I think the answer is that girls and boys have different motives on average. Boys are more concerned with agency motives, which is about action and adventure and doing things. Girls are more concerned with communion motives, which is about connection, talking with other people. And while video games are able to hook boys by appealing to their agency motives, social media is really fine-tuned to hook girls by appealing for their desire for connection and social knowledge. And so while it appears to offer connection and social knowledge, it actually gives them something that is not satisfying. For an adolescent girl to talk for hours face-to-face or on the telephone with one or two friends is great. That's very healthy for girls. But for them to broadcast what they're doing and then wait for people to comment on it and then comment on what other people are doing is not what we need. It's not what girls need. There's a British phrase, tell me if it's the case in Australia: don't put your daughter on the stage, Mrs. Worthington. Is that something that you say in Australia?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd never heard. Apparently it's from a Noel Coward song, which I'd never heard. We don't say that in the United States. But it makes a lot of sense. Children should not grow up in the limelight, and especially not girls. For a girl to grow up on the stage where everyone is focused on her looks is a terrible thing for the girl. But that's what we've done. When girls grow up on Instagram in particular, they're performing and they're being judged ruthlessly and relentlessly on their appearance. So for a variety of reasons, this is just much more harmful to girls. Girls use social media more than boys. They care about what's happening there more than boys. They're more affected by visual social comparison of their looks. Boys are both subject to perfectionism, but there's a certain kind called social perfectionism, which is where you feel you have to please everyone else. Girls are more subject to that before social media, and boy, does social media play on that. They have to compose everything perfectly. Their life has to be perfect, at least it has to appear perfect. Girls are more subject to relational aggression. Boys are more subject to physical aggression. Social media facilitates the kind of drama and gossip that especially haunts girls in early adolescence, and that leads to a lot of bullying and exclusion. Also, girls share emotions more than boys do. And so when a girl is anxious and depressed, the research shows that this spreads to her friends more than when a boy is anxious or depressed.